The latest news, national issues, the political scene, and conversations with prominent personalities. All these firsthand at the forefront. Good morning. I am Attorney Karen Jimeno. The fight for mayor of Cebu City has started months before the 2025 elections. The Ombudsman dismissed Mayor Mike Rama last September for nepotism. The DILG then installed Vice Mayor Alvin Garcia as acting Cebu City mayor a month later. The Ombudsman also banned Michael Rama from holding any public office. But the Supreme Court issued a TRO to the ban, enabling him to file his COC for mayor in 2025 elections. We've been in touch with him long before his October church wedding in Manila. Finally, he's here live at the BNC studio, former mayor of Cebu City, Michael Rama. Good morning, Mayor Mike.
Good morning, magandang umaga bayan, Karen. Sa lahat ng mga technical, I cannot just enumerate their names, but I have memorized. I'm very glad to meet you again.
Again, yes. Good to see you again, Mayor Mike. And congratulations on your recent wedding. So,
God bless.
Before we start with politics and controversies, let's start off light. So we'll be showing you photos on our LED, which all have something to do with you and your past. And give us a brief description on what the pictures mean to you. So first
Thank
we
you
have
very
this.
much.
Yeah. This is Don Vicente Rama. And why is he known as the father of Cebu City? This is your...
Not my grandfather.
Your grandfather.
Not the father of my father. And also the grandfather of Annabel Rama. Annabel Rama is my first degree cousin.
And so, he is known as the father of
Yes.
Cebu City. Why is that?
Because he crafted a law making Cebu a charter. And that was way back 1936. Manuel Quezon's presidency, then later inaugurated 1937, every February 24, when he was a member of the House of Representatives during the Commonwealth time. And later, he was appointed as mayor. But of course, he ended up in a way at the Senate. So that's why he is called father of Cebu City, and a road called Birama in his honor.
And matagal na po ba yung pamilya niyo sa politics?
1916 po.
Wow, 1916! Oh my goodness. So over 100 years na. And let's see the next picture. So this is your son, Mikel.
Yes.
Mikel Rama.
Yes, Attorney Mikel Rama.
So he's also a lawyer. And
Yes.
now he also entered politics as councilor of Cebu. So, did he accept his nomination?
I told him not.
So hindi pa rin siya, hindi siya papasok ng politics?
No, he is already in the slate
Yes.
as a candidate.
Yes.
But he was more or less nominated to be a part of the council. Sabi ko naman sa kanila, bakit ba? Mayroon bang vacancy na it will bring a vacant position in the council? Buhay pa po ako, kaya walang vacancy. Kaya ako babalik. Hindi naman ako, in preventive suspension ko, Tanyera, or ni Karen, has already lapsed. Yung dismissal naman, until it finally by Supreme Court, it cannot be considered a means to declare vacancy. Ang sino ba talaga magdi-declare ng vacancy? Hindi naman kahit sino-sino magdi-declare.
So later, I want to talk more
Yes,
about
good.
that case.
Very good.
But in regards to your son, is he following in your footsteps in terms of entering politics?
I am very happy and I thank God because I was even sorry because there was a time, somewhere in 2013, yun, he was drafted to be part of Team Rama. And because there are too many of them, or probables, so he ended up voluntarily withdrawing. And now, with the mom's concurrence, and I am so happy about, he is very much focused in his candidacy as a council member.
And let's look at the next picture. As you mentioned kanina, she is your first cousin, the very famous Annabel Rama. How close are you to
Very
Annabel?
close.
And also your pamangkins,
Lahat
si
sila,
Rufa,
lahat sila.
sila Richard and Raymond. Okay, so you're very close to them.
Very close.
And
You know, I'm
yung
very
mga-
close with Annabel. We
And
grew up on the same ancestral house. The owner of the house is Don Vicente Rama. And
so
there are
that's your
about four
lolo.
of us. And with two aunties, auntie at saka uncle.
So hindi lang mga Pasko
Hindi
kayo
lang.
nagkakasama kahit na
Hindi lang.
anytime around the year umuwi po sila sa Cebu.
Yes, at saka nakatira ako kay Annabel. That was the first time I came over. 1 month ako, 1976. Nakatira po ako sa White Plains.
Pag nasa Manila
ni Annabel.
kayo.
Umpisa doon sa Kingfisher. Then later on, tapos yung doon sa bahay ni Eddie Gutierrez. Kaya andun ako, yung familiar ko yung mga lugar. Ngayon, bahay na Annabel sa for security, wag na lang. Nandun doon sa loob. Nandun sa White Plains.
At some point, Annabel also ran for a public office
Yes,
in Cebu City. Congress, I think,
was my candidate for Congress in the South.
Okay, and she wasn't able to win. But does she have any plans of going back into politics?
I keep on telling them that the North District, Annabel running, and then definitely that name rings a bell. And I was telling Annabel, ang dami mong anak. Hindi naman po pwedeng Rama, Gutierrez, showbiz lang. Dapat si Annabel, kasi si Annabel is a fighter. And we're proud, I'm very proud of Annabel because she fights anything. Family, or personal, and even medical. She knows how to fight.
Are you not concerned that you will be viewed as a political dynasty? The Rama family, over 100 years na po kayong nasa politics.
Yan. Alam mo yung iba, si Celos. Alam mo, Raymond, isa dyan na tikno nandyan, Gigi, jealousy is normal. But if the family have put an emblem, yun talaga sinasabi ng ting trademark. Yung Rama naman, 106, hindi naman na-associated with corruption. Hindi. We fight for good governance. That there is still honesty in government. Yun. Kaya na ako natatakot dyan. Basta lang, pag nandiyan yung pangalan nyo, kahit 10 or 100 yan, matino lang kayo, magpakatotoo ka lang. Saka you help the country, you help your city. Sino pa naman ang boboto sino naman iboboto ng mga tao? Yung matino. Hindi yung kasi papasok ka lang, wala ka namang alam. Wala kang, just like you are, what school did you finish, Anyara?
UP Law.
UP Law. My daughter, Micheline, finished at UP. And is a Shibening Micheline Francisco Rama, a Shibening scholar of London School of Economics. My son naman, Mikel, he ran now 4 years at Accra, and he's having his own law firm, RBTA, Rama, Baina, tapos RBTA.
So, may importante po sa inyo talaga na nag-aaral and mayroong proper education yung mga anak ninyo. And speaking of education, let's look at the next picture. Ayan, this is your alma mater, San Beda College of Law. So you did earn a pre-med degree. Why did you pursue law?
See, ganda ito I really wanted to become a priest.
You wanted to be a priest at some point?
Nobody believed.
Anong nangyari?
I graduated po, valedictorian.
Wow, from undergrad or
in my elementary
Okay.
public educational system po. Hanggang, of course, sakristan po ako. Flores de Mayo, graduate po ako. Constantino ako. I grew up actually spiritually nourished and guided by my mother. the Lopez side, because Michael Lopez Rama yan eh. Meron akong cousin.
Is it the Lopez's of
Yes, the
Negros?
Lopez that are spiritually embedded.
Okay.
Meron akong cousin, di lang lumabas eh, 35 years sa Carmelite. Meron akong mga cousin, pumasok din as
Oo.
part of the monastery.
So why did you end up not being a priest?
Okay, woman passed my side. And I committed an oversight. Ended up lack of foresight on priesthood. But when it comes to remembering what's in my heart, I'm doing evangelization until now. Until now. Because we live only once. Life is fleeting. Bring the best. Because otherwise, when it's the ending, what matters most, Tanyera, is legacy. Make service alive. Ito yung mga kasama natin ngayon. Nandiyan, no? Minimorya ko, si Raymond, si Trixie.
Talagang no, kilala mo na yung mga nandito sa studio ngayon.
Mga mukha, Cesar.
And how long did you practice law? Or after
Until now?
passing the bar, do you still practice law? Did you practice law?
Yes.
Or did you go straight to politics?
Yes, no. I was in a corporation. I'm a labor. Kaya pag nakikita ko yung mga tao, maraming lalabas sa utak ko eh. I'm a personnel manager, a legal manager. Tapos, nagiging presidente po ako eh. Hindi sinama ninyo eh. Ng PABA, Philippine Association on Voluntary Arbitration.
Oh, okay.
National
So you're
yan.
still, yeah.
Kaya
So you
pag
still
sinasabi mo yung
semi-practice law.
corporation, hanggang ngayon, I'm doing lawyering. Why? When people ask for legal guidance, you know, I have. When you talk about labor, not only women in labor, but it includes many matters. But I don't want to talk about labor.
What
in an
about
outfit.
other types of profession? Because I'm very familiar with this building. I teach in the San Beda
See?
Masters of Law program for over 10 years now. So,
See?
did you ever consider teaching?
Wherever I am right now, I'm with you. I'm teaching. When I am speaking in public, I'm teaching. When I'm lecturing local, national, I've been lecturing even international, bringing matters about what's in Cebu City. If people will ask me about the country, remember I've been a president of the Councilors League. That's 18,000.
Did you ever overlap with former President Duterte or former Vice President Leni Robredo in San Beda? They're also San Beda alumni.
I don't know if Lenny is from San Beda.
I think
I
she
don't
did
think
take
so.
some... Kasi before nakita ko na kinongratulate
Dilema,
sila
yes.
pareho. But I suppose, but for sure, si former President
Yeah, former President.
Duterte,
Yeah, he's older than
nag-abutan
me.
po ba kayo sa law school?
Yeah, yung edad niya, akin naman 65 years, 5 years ago. Married to a 35-year-old, half of my age. And I always claim, age doesn't matter. It's the heart that will level. And that is when you will become young at heart.
Okay, and speaking of things that keep you young, let's look at the next picture.
Wow! Yeah,
That's a picture
yeah.
of you dancing.
Yes.
You are known as the ballroom king. Is that true?
When I was a counselor, there was a competition. So I ended up into competing, and we were declared Philippine Councilors League dancing or ballroom competition as the dancing king. Of course, we don't talk about the queen because I'm not married. But the most important thing, I learned dancing Panyera from my father.
So
With my
matagal na
father.
kayo. Did you start dancing when you were a child?
Yes, of course. I was a member of the folk dance. in
And
my
do you dance
elementary.
with your wife?
Of
No.
course, of course. You're
Okay.
talking about, I have 2 kids with
Your
their
former
mother.
wife, yes.
I have, especially now, my langga, Malo, when we were married, we were dancing.
Oh, wow. And
And we had a good dancing.
so now that we're talking about your new wife, let's look at the next picture. This is where
No, it's
you
not
got
Cathedral.
married.
Ayan, Cebu Cathedral.
Manila Cathedral.
Yeah, Cebu.
Oo nga,
Mayroong
no?
cathedral sa Cebu.
Oo. May Manila Cathedral sa Cebu. Tama.
Hindi
yung
na
anong
Manila,
pangalan?
Cebu eh.
Oo,
Yung
so
cathedral
Cebu
talaga.
Cathedral. Okay.
Cathedral
Mali yung
Church.
nakalagay dito sa prompter namin. But how long did you prepare for the wedding?
Months. My wife, Langga Malo, there was 1 week before the actual marriage, tinkering. Sino bang pupunta, sino bang hindi, sino bang nakalimutan. It's actually, if I'm not mistaken, Serge, 10 months?
10 months to prepare.
Yes, 10 months.
Oh, that's relatively, I guess, like, short for this years, yung mga sa standard of na ngayon na usually iba years mag-prepare or over a year. And why did you choose to get married in this specific cathedral?
Yeah,
Oo,
Cebu
bakit yan ang pinili niyo
Cebu
po?
Cathedral.
Oo.
I was a sacristan in that area.
So may
I've never
meaning din
missed
sa inyo.
the Flores de Mayo.
And you were already married in civil rights prior to this
Yes.
wedding. How important was it for you to have a church wedding?
You must have God. Because when you talk about inviolability or to be of marriage, hindi naman husband and wife. You must have God. And that's where I believe it would be fair that I decided to be married for the second time. The first marriage I had, there was an annulment and 17 years. So I thought, attorney, that it would be fair that I should bring a memory to my wife and to my son. Because the two children, they will always remember that there was marriage in church. And this time, it must be. Because God should always be a part. I am more of a divine believer. Faith without action is dead.
And now let's talk about politics. So prior to your dismissal by the Ombudsman in October, the Ombudsman
Wrong
also issued...
dismissal.
Yes, so we're going to talk about that, the
Illegal
legalities of
dismissal.
that. Yes, and prior to that, there was a 6-month preventive suspension order by the Ombudsman as well. But in relation supposedly for non-payment of salaries, can you tell us about this issue?
First, I would like to make correction.
Yes.
Kasi sinasabi nilang suspension. I am not getting the decision. I was only placed under preventive suspension.
Yes, which is part of
Yes,
a process
yes,
while
a process.
the
You know that.
investigation, yes.
Yes, and I'm a lawyer.
Yeah.
I'm a labor lawyer, and I'm a personal manager. I have been into it a couple of times. First na sinasabi ko, how can I be preventively suspended? I'm not a payroll maker. It's about the salary.
Why was there
it has to go
supposedly,
with-
what was the alleged violation for the
It's a
non-payment of
matter about
salaries?
at the department level. And if there's going to be problem on salaries, just like in this structure you have an HR. And all of these will go to the process. And the last thing is me. Now, why should I be accountable for all? Di na ako tatakbo. Kung salary, problema, pag-release, ako pang problema, walang magmi-mayor. Wala. It is a responsibility of those who are taking the position to process the salary.
Did that ever lead to any cases being filed? Because at the ombudsman level, that's only an investigation which should lead to a filing of a case.
Actually, I'm looking at if ever a case is filed somewhere. I'm telling you, I'm a lawyer. You're a lawyer. I'm a bedroom lawyer. I had my labor law very much embedded in my cerebral, and I have that acumen. I cannot see judgment that will be leveled and I will be made responsible. Cannot be.
Okay, so right
Payroll
now, wala
maker
pang case
is
na
not
final.
part of the job of a mayor.
Yes.
It's not.
So right now, wala pang case na na-file in relation to that issue which caused
I
the...
don't think so.
Okay,
I
and-
cannot remember if ever there is one, but the one that we're talking is at the ombudsman. But anyhow, if one is being filed, good, because that's your process.
Yes.
I'll be ready to face it, and I can face it straight to whoever's eyes that I am innocent and I should not be adjudged as liable.
So in relation to the other, is there another issue against you that led to the dismissal by the ombudsman, and that's supposedly nepotism? What is this about?
Alam mo nangyari, I had my Atty with my classmate San Beda College of Law, 82. Thereat, I discovered na hindi pala nila alam yung facts. I a little bit disturbed or perhaps judgment are being made. Bilis, sinasabi ko, walang nepotism.
Sino po bang na-appoint na supposedly may
Ito
nepotism?
ang story. Bako yung kasal, nandiyan na yun. 3 mayors ang dinadaanan yun. They were already at City Hall.
Ang mga tao sa City Hall,
Yeah.
na ano po ba, related sa'yo supposedly?
Kapatid ng asawa ko.
and
Nandiyan na sa
then-
City
yes,
Hall.
Yes.
In other words, they were all already employees at City Hall, one way or another. Kaya nga sabi ko, ano ba to? May bagong batas na pag mayroon kang minamahal,
At pinakasalan mo, biglang yung mga na-hire before.
Family name ng Lopez, kasi Lopez ako.
Oo.
Family, wala akong kahit isa, alam niyo gentlemen, kahit isang bloodline namin ni Annabel. Alam ni Annabel yan. Walang nakapasok sa City Hall since 1992. Kasi po yung lolo ko, napaka-stricto yun. Stricto
rin
yun. We
papayagan
know
na.
the norms. We know what are the right thing to do in governance.
So hindi niya rin po papayagan
Hindi.
na may nepotism.
Hindi. Kaya nga alam mo yung story dito. Yung kapatid ko, mayroon ng sinasama doon sa Amerika. Mayroon na ewan na pamilya dito. Mama ko, as early as 90s, patay na po mama ko, may she rest in peace. Tumawag sa akin. In short, pwede mo ba ipasok yung sister-in-law mo? Simple na sinabi ko sa mama ko, Ma, do not teach me the wrong thing. Ano bang kailangan? Tulong. O sige, bawasan ko na lang sweldo ko para matulong ko. Yan ang ginawa ko.
So it sounds like there was really no ground to charge you for nepotism. Did you have any inkling that any of these cases were going to be filed against you?
I can
The issue
face
with
it.
the payroll, na anticipate nyo na po ba? Meron po bang nangyari politically that would have caused
It's all
this?
political eh. Because number one, ito nangyari sa akin. Kaya nga eh. Ano ba nakita mo? Buti lang nakita kami kagabi. I was so proud. Nakita ko si Sandro, anak ni Bongbong. Sinabi ko, Bob, Sandro, through my nephew, who's also a congressman, in a watering hole somewhere after my dinner appointment. Sabi ko, Congressman, relay yung message na I miss your parents. Kasi Marcos Duterte po ako. Baka hindi nyo alam yan. Marcos Duterte, the
So
unity team.
what caused these cases to be filed against you if you are an ally of both Marcoses
Merong
and
prayer rally
Duterte?
doon sa Cebu. Ako lang po nag-attend. Lahat yung ginaganon ni Digong, PDP Laban din ako eh. I'm the Vice President of PDP Laban. Yung nag-run ako in 2022 po. Yung kuna ko po is PDP Laban. Ngayon, kuna ko yung Partido Barog kasi meron na akong local party. Pero PDP Laban pa rin ako as Vice President. Pag sinasabi mo PDP Laban, mahaba to eh.
So,
Pag sinasabi mo
just to
Bongbong,
simplify, are you saying that what triggered the filing of these cases to have you removed in office was because you attended a prayer rally that was
I will
led by the
correct you. I have not
Dutertes?
been removed from office.
Yes,
I have
the
not.
technical dismissal that
No, I have
we're
not also
discussing.
been dismissed.
Yes. So actually,
Kaya
we're
I'm
going to talk
fighting
about
it.
that. But in terms of what triggered all of these supposed cases to be filed against you is that political event.
According to them, and many, even relatives, we keep on telling me that I should know how to put myself. And I said, what are you trying to tell me? Control my conviction? What are you trying to tell me? Control my heart? Alam nyo, pag I will make a stand, ano pa yan? One time nga, nagtaka sila, why I am supporting the Marcos and why I am supporting the Duterte. Alam mo naman, may history rin ang mga Rama, ang Marcos. Ako naman, buti na lang, nagkaibigan ko na si Digong. I was in the list. I was more or less a victim of switching in the drug protector. Wala naman akong bahay ko doon sa Rama compound, walang fence. Wala akong security. Ngayon, wala na akong security. Wala na. Tinanggal nila. Hindi pa ako tinanggal. Buhay-buhay pa ako na mayor. Ano ba yan? Hindi pa naman ako in dismissal. It can be fought. Supreme Court, nandyan yan. Alam nila yung batas. Alam na yung justice. Yun ang nangyayari sa akin, Banyera. But I am going to stand. Wala akong talagang, I'm very clean. Alam mo yan sa law the wicked flee when no one pursue it. But the innocent is as bold as a lion. And I'm not an ordinary lion. Ikaw, ano yung association nyo sa UP?
Sa UP, Maroons kami.
Maroons
Fighting
kayo,
Maroons.
oblation.
Oo.
Yung oblation nyo You're bare.
Yeah.
Nothing to hide. Matalaki yun.
Yes.
Sa amin naman, sa Bedan, once a Bedan is always a Bedan. And we are Red Lion.
So now, you are the last remaining supporter of the Dutertes in Cebu.
Elected.
Yes, that's elected
Mayor.
as mayor and still incumbent,
Incumbent.
according to your position. So how important is loyalty to you? But before you answer that question, we'll have to take a short break. At the forefront, we'll be right back.
In the world of business, expansion is inevitable.
So I was a serial dater.
Not just a serial entrepreneur.
Yes.
You need fresh perspectives.
Different perspectives, different capabilities.
The sense of fulfillment, the sense of accomplishment. It's like you gave birth.
The relationships we have, how we treat our people. For me, that is the essence.
I'm Ces Orenia Drilon at ito ang Usapang Bilyonaryo.
Bawat anggulo ng bawat issue.
9 out of 10 Filipinos ang nais na mapanagot ang mga corrupt officials.
Bawat detalye ng mga napapanahong pangyayari.
September 23 nang simulan ng Israel ang air attacks sa Lebanon.
Tuloy-tuloy na ihahati hanggang Sabado at Linggo. Weekend Agenda. Sabado at Linggo, 5:30 p.m. sa BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Welcome back at the forefront. And Mayor Mike, earlier you did mention you are one of the last remaining elected supporters of the Dutertes in Cebu.
You are very, very correct.
And how important is loyalty to you?
The truth of the matter, respect is more than loyalty. I'm not after loyalty. Mayroon nga yan loyal. Kawatan naman. Alam mo yung kawatan, magnanakaw. Loyal sa'yo, magnanakaw. Loyal sa'yo, tapulan. Alam mo yung tapulan? That's a long issue of lazy, sloth. Kaya importante sa akin, respect. I respect Marcos, I respect Duterte. Kaya nga ako, I fought for them. I was a part, Trixie, I was a part of fighting, organizing, and I was the first one to make a stand that my president, when it was already pushed, come to shove, I'll go for Marcos. Then I was also the one who was, and I was there. Alam
So,
mo, mga
Mayor
kaibigan,
Mike,
I
let's-
was there when that Marcos Duterte was hatched. And I organized. Kaya nga ako, I organized 300,000 unity team in Cebu City.
So you, along with the Garcias in Cebu, were you part of putting the unity
I
team
don't want
together?
to. I do not want any more because she came in only later.
Ah, okay.
That's
Si
why
Governor
you have to
Gwen
be
Garcia.
reminded, because what is important. I was with Binay. I never left Binay. Digong was trying to tell me join us for the federalism. That's what's in Davao. And I told the mayor president, pag federalism, sama tayo. But when it comes to, if you really decide, kasi at that time, reluctant pa siya. I would like to tell you honestly, I cannot be with you. Pumunta nga sa bahay ko yan eh. Yung namatay yung kapatid ni Annabel. Pumunta rin si Digong sa opisina ko while I was the mayor. Hindi ko po pwedeng iwanan si Binay po.
So that's what you call respect,
Yes,
not just
because
loyalty.
I just came from his house, and I've always been, when I'm in Makati, I visit my older brother. And he is my older brother, Jojimar Binay. He was
And-
the former vice
Yes.
president.
Let's talk about your case, Mayor Mike. You were insisting that you're not dismissed. And from a
Obviously.
legal standpoint, yes, that
Yes,
is...
I have not been.
That is, I would say, a viable position. So, right now, what is the status of this case? Did you file already a petition in the Supreme Court to question the dismissal?
I don't want to be narrating,
Yes.
but this is all
Yeah.
handled by the battery of lawyers that I tap. And even matters about COMELEC, I'm already connecting with two yan or tatlo pa eh. Yung Bedan group.
Yeah. So right now, you were able to file a
Yeah,
certificate
all
of
the pleadings
candidacy for
necessary.
next year's elections.
Yes.
The current vice mayor that is serving as mayor while you are quote-unquote dismissed is Alvin Garcia. Is he related to Governor Gwen Garcia of Cebu?
Hirap yung I speak for them.
Oo. Pero in relation, alam niyo po ba
I do
ang
not want also
family
to be too
relation nila?
conclusive.
Yeah.
Kasi abogado rin ako eh.
Yes.
But they are all the Garcias and they claim to be related.
Okay, but are you in coordination with this vice mayor? Kasi after all, he was your vice mayor when you were still
Needless.
mayor. So magiging kalaban niyo po ba siya sa 2025 elections?
Alam mo, Karen, if I look back, the father was the mayor at one time. That's Albin. Ito naman, he is carrying both
same
the
name.
name, but he is not known as. And I don't mention my opponent, sa totoo. I don't. Because that would be unnecessarily Gary promoting them. Pero yung sinasabi mong, am I connecting? How can I be connecting when he is running against me?
So he's running against you in the 2025 elections. Do you think there's an effort on the part of the Garcias to consolidate the position in their family?
I
Being
don't know.
governor and then someone running against you
I
as
don't
mayor?
really know why the whole thing now ended up. But I do not want to be highlighting who are my, because otherwise I might be saying something. Kasi I'm fighting for good governance. I do not know whether they're fighting for good governance or probably gold governance. We don't know. Kasi iba yung, alam mo naman kami mga Rama, wala kaming ibang naiisip. Talagang we want to serve. We want to give meaning and we want to carry out, what our ascendant Don Vicente Rama, that at the outset we highlighted that he is the father. And he was a newspaper with 3 newspapers. Kaso lang, he is being labeled as the arch enemy of Don Sergio Osmeña. In their times. At saka history repeat itself.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't want to carry hurts. I'm not vindictive.
Yeah.
I
So in
always cherish
2025,
beautiful words.
Are you
Beautiful
going
yesterday.
in 2025, are you going to be running as an independent
No.
or with any political party?
Of course, I am an accredited local party. 6, 7, and 8 yung party ko eh. That is Partido Barog. Pero yung grupo ko ngayon, Partido Barog, Bagong Sugbo, Team Rama. Sinasabi ko, smorgasbord eh. Hindi lang sumpah-sumpog. Minudo, chapsuy, pinakbit, halo-halo.
And are you not worried that going into the 2025 elections, that this might weaken your chances if you're not part of the admin slate?
Alam mo, tingnan mo yung mga senador. I've been in the local fight. What really matters is the local aggregation. Local aggregation. Yung grupo ko ay mayroong lakas. National yan. Mayroong LDP. Mayroong Partido Federal. Ako naman, I am with PDP Laban. But when you can see my tarpaulin, it's all there, Partido Barog. Kasi pag nilagan ko yung PDP Laban, magagalit yung lakas. Pag nilagan ko yung PDP Laban, magagalit yung LDP.
So kailangan talaga, for you, it's important that you're also running under your local party.
Yes, it has to be, because what's the use of having and fighting for a registration, accreditation of a local party? Tapos ngayon, you will become much of under the behest of a national party. Alam ko yan, yung mentor ko, kaso lang yung mentor ko nagtatakbo ng vice mayor eh. I don't want to mention his name kasi mayroon akong vice mayor eh.
Okay.
Yeah, vice mayor ko, yung high trap sports three-pointer.
Sino po ang tatakbong vice mayor niyo?
Ontiveros.
Okay.
The great Don Ontiveros is my vice mayor. Yung congressman ko naman, anak ng congressman din, at saka governor, kapatid ko, yung governor papatay na, kaibigan ni Sandro, yung nakita kami kagabi with the other congressman, Edo Rama. Yung congressman ko naman, yung lugar ni Annabel noon, presidente po ng ABCDEFG.
And kanina, Mayor Mike, you were...
Franklin Ong.
Okay. And you were mentioning that you respect both the Dutertes and the Marcoses.
Yes.
So how is your relationship with the first couple, with the Marcoses?
I have not been in connecting with. Pero last night, tawa nga ako ni Sandro eh. Tinanong niya ako, kumusta kayo with the governor? Yung answer ko, simple naman eh. Hindi ako naghahanap ng away.
And what
Because
about with Vice President Sara?
politics will pass. Friendship should last. Family ties forever, eternal, and everything. Of course, kita mo yung picture na yan, lahat inimbita ko. Alam mo ba, lahat inimbita ko.
But
Yan.
it was VP Sara that went. So,
Yes.
Okay pa yung relationship ninyo ni VP Sara. But with the Marcoses, were they also invited to your
Yes.
wedding? Did they go?
I don't want to mention it anymore. Because picture will never lie.
So si Vice President was
liars
there.
cannot picture.
Okay.
Kaya at the end of the day, tingnan mo yan, yung picture na kami ni BP Sara, yung picture na yan, andyan dyan si Bongbong. Nag-inaugurate po kami ng isang doon sa lugar ni Deputy Speaker Frasco.
And now that you see na nag-aaway yung mga Dutertes and Marcoses, how do you feel about that? What's your
We have to
position
pray
on
for
this
them.
matter?
We have to pray for them. Because this country, nakakaawa tayo, kala nyo. Punta kayo ng ibang bansa. Mayroon bang presidente, vice president nag-aaway? Mayroon bang vice president, presidente nag-aaway? Election lang. Pag mayroong election, yun na, si Trump versus. But they are all in a platform which is, I wish it becomes within nobility, sobriety. Kasi importante yan eh. You want to have leaders that you look up. Pero mag-aaway yung leader mo. Anong binibigay mo sa mga anak mo? Nag-aaway yung parents mo. What would be the lessons you're going to bring down to your children? Pangit yun. Kaya dasal. Kasi binoto natin yung dalawa.
So pinagdadasal niyo pong
Yes.
magbate.
Yes. Hindi naman, alam mo, ang pagbati sa kanila yun. Ang pagdasal natin, yung taong bayan. Tayo. Alam mo ba, ako po'y nag-ask every time, wherever, with a waiter, or ano. Ano yung mga reaction nila? Gulo yung bansa natin. The word chaotic. The word nakadismaya. Kaya ako naman, I don't get attached to personalities. No. I will fight for philosophy, ideology, and advocacy. That's very important because nung panahon ng lulo ko, nasyonalista, liberal. Manong ng lulo ko, pro at saka anti. Mayroon demokrata. I'm reading the
So
book.
dapat talaga good governance ang
Good
ipaglaban.
governance, GG, hindi
Yeah.
yung goryo-goryo.
And do you see being away from politics for a while as a blessing in disguise? Because now you can spend more time with your family and your new wife. But before you answer
And
that
your wife.
question, we'll have to take a short break. At the forefront, we'll be right back. Welcome back at the forefront. Mayor Mike, do you see being away from politics for a while as a blessing in disguise so that you can spend more time with your family and your newly wedded wife?
Not only that, the preparation of my wedding really was a little bit 10 months yan eh. At sa in-between pumasok to. You could imagine, pero God is good all the time. All the time God is good. You know why? When I entered the altar of matrimony, inawala yung iba, pwede na ako mag-file ng certificate of candidacy. Pangalawa, nakakuha ko ng TRO. Wow! Flying ako flying eh. Ibig sabihin, for all intents and purposes, I am a duly recognized candidate for mayor in the city of Cebu. Second, ganda kasi kasama ng namin preparation is 20 days. 20 days talaga na honeymoon. Gusto pa nga namin dalhin yung dalawang anak namin. Kasi last year, we in the one whole month in Melbourne. 15 days kay Mikel, 15 days kay Micheline. And my wife, Angga Malo, with MJ, meron kaming family bonding. Kaya ito, this is all, I call it, blessing in disguise. But, masama lang, while I was away, November 8, nahankap yung city administrator ko.
You mean hindi makatrabaho na maayos?
Sa opisina ko po, kaya nga everybody should know this, where is the law? Tapos na yung preventive suspension niya, kasama kasi siya, coterminous. Kasama sa sinasabing payroll na yan. Ngayon, tapos na, nag-lapse na ang 6 months. Constructive dismissal yan sa atin yan, sa labor. Alam ko yan. Pag wala kang sweldo, preventive suspension ka for 6 months. Wala naman nag-iimbestigar sa iyo. Ano nangyayari? Kaya ang nangyari po, masakit sa akin. Nakita ko I was abroad. Hinankap yung city administrator
Not
ko.
physically handcuffed. You
No,
mean, talagang physically handcuffed?
Ay, Hindi yung nakita yan. Sapat nandito yan. Palabas nyo eh. Pumasok yung polis. Saka, yung sinasabing dismissal, nag-serve doon, hindi naman ombudsman. Pumunta doon sa bahay ko. After that, tinanggal lahat yung pulis ko. Wala na, nobody is already protecting me.
Who is behind all of this?
Alam ko naman sinasabing sino eh. A likelihood, I can always, more or less, insinuate that these are all in conspiracy I wish my vice mayor is not included. I wish. Biko, tingnan mo ngayon. Nagpa-taking sila. Buhay pa ako, Cesar. Buhay pa. Alam mo, Gary, buhay pa ako. Elected mayor ako by how many? Over 200 to 300,000. Ang term ko po, for all legal intent, hanggang June 30 pa. Wala naman akong final judgment, final entry that I am no longer the mayor. Ganun yan. Pangalawa, wala namang sinasabing tapos na yung 6 months. Ibig sabihin, hindi ko nga alam sana ako papasok ngayon. Position ko yan. Yung opisina ko, alam nyo, nilock up. Nandun yung mga gamit ko. Lahat ng mga gamit ko, mga painting. So, yung isang painting yung binigay ni MVP, nandyan. Yung isang painting malaki, binigay ni Consoni, nandyan. Yung binibili ko mga painting, nandun. Meron akong opisina sa launch. Nandun lahat. I miss all of this. And this belong to the people, the office.
And now you're pursuing a remedy with the Supreme Court. So, are you hoping na sana maayos lahat yan, pati yung mga pag-lock sa opisina ninyo at maka-resume kayo ng posisyon nyo?
Abangan ang susunod. Kasi, no matter what, it is like my home. That's my office. Hindi naman ako nagre-renta. Wala naman akong pinirmahan na lease contract. Galing ito sa tao. Mamamayan, constituent na Cebu City po. Sila po, yung nag-loklok, tama ba yun? Ng posisyon ko doon. So, ang tatanggal sa akin, sila rin. Kailan yun? Eleksyon. Pag ayaw na nila sa akin, I will not be forcing my way. But give me a chance to serve you again in 2025.
And now, let's go to something lighter.
Akala ko kakanta tayo. And now, the end is near. And so I face the final curtain. My friend. Anyway, I have so many songs.
No, it's nice because at some point, I wanted to ask you to give a sample because we heard not only are you a ballroom king, but also that you are a good singer. So
Do you
ngayon,
dance?
pinatunayan nyo na, no, not me, my
Say,
mom.
we can dance, we can have
Yung mom ko
music.
ang magaling sa ballroom dancing.
I love you. You have to learn dancing.
Yes.
Dancing brings you to a level which you will forget that your feet is on the ground.
Oh, how poetic. So, sige po, I will take up that
You should,
hobby.
you should.
Yes. So now, so that we'll get to know you better as a person
Sure.
and also Cebu.
Yes.
We'll give you categories and
Yes.
name your best top 3 answers.
Go
so,
ahead.
You only have 30 seconds.
30
so
seconds?
Quick,
Oh.
yeah, dapat quick thinking. Okay, number 1, Rama politicians that you look up to.
My grandfather,
Don
my father,
Vicente.
and my brother.
Okay, wow. Churches in Cebu City.
Of course. Church where I have Cathedral, Santo Niño, then Argao.
Argao.
Yeah, beautiful church.
Ito, gusto ko tong question na to. Delicacies in Cebu City.
Of course, the usual. Danggit or whatever, yung haldres, etc. Tatlo. Marami yan doon.
So, danggit, and what's the second one?
The other one is may mga ohaldres, yung biscuit, kasi mapopromote yung political.
Oo. And
May
number
ari
3?
ng Gusto ko yun utap.
And then, tap.
Utap.
Okay. Lechon hindi. I love your lechon there. Lagi ako nagle-lechon pag nasa Cebu.
If you want to be young, eat lechon because you die young.
Young forever. Okay. Dining places in Cebu City.
Ay, dami yan Cafe Laguna. Tapos yung Chinese doon nandun sa New Star. Gusto ko yun. Tsaka yung Mot.
Mot.
Mot 32.
Yes, I've heard of Mot. I've eaten there, Mot 32.
Yes,
I also like yung lutuan ng yung fresh seafood.
Ay, ano ba?
Ano yung tawag doon?
Yung shoot to kill?
Shoot to kill.
Yeah, iba yun, shoot to kill.
Masarap doon.
Iba yun.
Okay. Places in Cebu City that you are most proud of?
Of course, City Hall. Because I work for City Hall. For San Pedro, I've been helping in Plaza Independencia. Baka sabi mo, bakit?
Bakit? Yes.
Mga project ko yun. Saka yung...
And I'm sure there's a good reason ba't pinili mong project yun because merong
And then
historical meaning.
Historical,
Yes.
heritage. At saka yung CCLEX project ko rin yun, yung longest bridge.
The longest bridge.
That's my-
how
that's my
wonderful.
brain.
Okay, yeah, that's a good project. And what is your message to fellow Cebuanos? So
Babalik ako.
talagang short.
Babalik talaga ako. Babalik ako. Pagdasalin niyo ako. Sinasabi ko yung naiwan dyan, yung nag-vote-taking. FM yan para sa akin eh. Alam mo yung FM? Fake mayor yan. Ako yung totoong mayor. Ninuklok ng mga tao. Buhay na buhay po ako. Bakit nag-vote-taking dyan? Binalitan ako. Ano ba yan? Kaya ako, babalik ako. Pagdasal niya ako.
Thank you so much, Mayor Mike. And it's wonderful to see you again. Sayang wala po tayong time na
Ayan,
pakantahin ka
time.
pa ng mas mahaba.
Yes, the front
Yeah.
naman to eh. Kailangan you have to be in the forefront. I don't want to be a Bilyonaryo. But if I have, give me this, I'll bring this in my office.
Oo, para meron ka ng something na pang bilyonaryo. Oo,
Bilyonaryo.
diba?
Forefront. We are in the forefront and we must fight for the country.
Thank you so much, Mayor Mike.
My pleasure po. Lahat kayo, taga rito. Mamaya mag-picture tayo.
Thank you. While his lawyers insist that he is still the mayor of Cebu City, former Mayor Michael Rama, away from politics, is spending quality time with his family. The time off from public service is also time wisely spent on assessing his strengths and weaknesses as city mayor, hopefully coming back as a better leader should Cebu City constituents give him the mandate to serve them again in next year's election. Be timely informed, be insightful of the news. Always stay at the forefront. Join us again tomorrow for meaningful conversations that would help you form an objective personal opinion. And before we go, Politico 365's book entitled The Charter Change Timeline From Hopes to Hiccups is now available at all national bookstores and fully booked branches, as well as in airport stations. Grab your copy now. This is Attorney Karen Jimeno. Thank you for spending your hour with us.